Hey guys, OFSREagle here bringing you a brand new video today. Today I'm starting actually a new series, something that I've thought about for a while and kind of didn't know how I wanted to do it, but it's something that as of recent I've realized has become very important and crucial to me as a player, so I wanted to take that opportunity to share that with you guys. I'm talking about the subject of skill jumps, and I know I did before in my skill clinic series. We did sniping and skill jumps. What I'm actually going to do is this is going to be a series on its own, and it's going to be basically what skill jumps I use in each map, and each video will be a certain map, and it's not going to be like Nova's videos where he just kind of shows you all of them. I'm not going to try to like show you each and every possible skill jump in each and every map. I'm going to show you the ones that I use and when I use them and why I use them and stuff like that. And also some of the pitfalls that I've fallen into with those. So with that, I'm going to jump right into it. So here we have Plaza, and this is, if you don't know, Plaza has, I think, the most skill jumps out of any map in Halo 5, so I'm very excited to do skill jumps on here. When I go to warm up for the day, I always kind of start on Plaza. That may be a bad habit, I don't know. It's just a personal preference thing. But one thing I'm going to show you is basically there are a few mechanics that you need to master that will lead into opening a lot of doors for the different skill jumps. But the first thing is that so blue team in any map situation, any game type spawns here, red team spawns all the way over there. So as a blue team, that means normally blue team gets to snipe first, it depends, but one thing I wanted to show is that the route people take is sometimes very weird and can take a little bit a long time to get there. For example, let's go and time it real quick, and if I were to just kind of run across with maybe one thrust, right, I'm gonna go at 2 minutes when it starts, right, and you're gonna see, let's go and count that. It took me a full 7 seconds to get here. And that was basically, at first glance, the fastest you could go. There are certain mechanics and skill jumps, if you would. It isn't necessarily to get to a better spot, but to help you move faster or more efficiently. And so at 30, I'm going to go back to snipe, and we're going to see just how fast I can get there. Same time, right? And that was with a little bit of a different approach. I did this, right? It was about the same time. I made that an example to show you that sometimes skill jumps aren't always a better option. In fact, if you really counted down the frames, I was actually a tad bit slower doing that thrust and then that grab. But what I wanted to show you is that it isn't always applicable, but sometimes you'll find a faster route using skill jumps. You just have to experiment in custom games like I'm showing you right now. So, there's always sometimes actually maybe even a faster way to get somewhere. Like this clamber animation actually takes up a lot of time. So if you can avoid that, if you're trying to like shave down a few milliseconds on something, clambering is something you want to avoid. So what I'm trying to do here, there we go. Let's go ahead and when, for example, I think OV's up. Yeah, OV's up. So when the snipe comes up again, what I want to show you is that there was only one skill jump, if you would, that actually worked. And if anything, we don't need to wait for the snipe to show up. But at 5 minutes, I'll go, and if I can pull it off, it's a modification on a thrust bump or a thrust slide, and I got there, right at 7 seconds. It's just a few milliseconds sooner. Okay. Now, that's a very precise thing, and it's easy to mess up, especially for some reason on the truck here. So I wanted to make you guys aware of that. Now, some of my most popular jumps, my go-to jumps, right? A spring jump I use here a lot. You'll often find yourself in a gunfight here, whether it be up here or, you know, even down here, right? Even in this area, and someone's coming around this bend right here, you're gonna end up having to, most of the time, back away to here, and most people expect you to go to garbage truck to get back up like that. Or there's even this route, right? I don't do that a lot. If you ask me, I use the spring jump glitch for here. Because the moment I fall, I can actually set up the spring jump glitch, and I'm back up. I don't actually have to do the spring jump glitch again. You know, I don't have to jump again in order to set it up. And this is just taking a lot of practice, but you can actually get into a habit of whenever you're free falling, holding jump, holding crouch. You know, if you feel like you're gonna need it, like whenever I do this, I'm using the Elite controller, so I actually hold my jump, which is here, and my crouch, which is my jump is bottom right, my crouch is bottom left. And what I do is whenever I fall, I'm actually ended up holding both. I may not use it. I may end up doing something like this where I go, I don't need it, and I let go and I resume my sprint or something like that. But what I was saying is that I'd be here, okay, I'm already set up for the spring jump, boom, I'm back up here. So getting this down to where you can actually do a like a fall to go right back up, really useful, especially for this area. Now the next in this area, probably this one, what I just showed you, and this one are my two most used spring jumps for this area of the map. Sometimes when you grab snipe, you want to get to a high position really quickly to put it to good use. Boom, right here. This line of sight is very valuable, very useful. You can even see it here, a little bit into cafe, there, and there. So normally what you'd have to do is go here to here, right? Now, the one thing about going here is you are visible, in fact, to someone at glass. Let's say there's an enemy at glass, right? And you just grab the snipe, right? And you thrust back because he's shooting at you or something. Normally, in order to get up there, you have to do this. And you're now exposed, taking shots. You could even be dead by that time. So, doing that spring jump glitch, once you grab snipe, if the situation calls for it, just like that. And I highly recommend just getting into the habit of it. Don't overdo it. Don't use it too much. Especially if you often scrim against people who know you, they'll start to expect it. But in a matchmaking scenario, this can be is the fastest way to get from the cinema floor right here to S4. And another one I use all the time is this right here. You probably already know these, which is fine. I'm not trying to show you exactly how to do these, but what are the ones to focus on? Because Nova's put out a lot of good content and a lot of jumps, and it's like, you want to know them all, sure, but what are the ones that I end up using a lot? This right here. Okay, so let's say you're top mid, right, and you're fighting someone at glass, and you drop, they're going to immediately grenade right here or here. So you can go here and avoid it. Now they're going to expect either you to back up to garage or to the garbage truck, or cut this way or that way. So this is a very unexpected movement, and in fact when you do it, you can even hide behind the pillar here and they're not going to see you. In fact, I believe, yeah, so you can go from bottom mid to top, right? And this whole time you've been invisible to glass until just now when you peek out. And that might be, so they might be looking down here expecting you to pop out, right? and you have a lot of shots on them. Now, the other reason why this is so useful is you get a lot of people baiting OFSREagle, because it spawns right here. And this right here, you see a lot of people will sometimes either wait up here to drop down for it, or they'll actually kind of maybe even wait over here and then do one of these, or especially they'll kind of hide by posters right here, and then they'll go for the OFSREagle that way. So sometimes your best bet is actually, and you know what? You know what's going to happen is that they are going to also have teammates. If you're playing, you know, with people with mics, they're going to have people sitting right here, even calling out for it and kind of visualizing it, right? Or even waiting over here. So why this is so useful is that you can actually be out of their vision, jump up, and now you can rotate around, snag it, and you're only visible. That's if the scenario dictates that the enemy is on this side of the map all through here, not over here. If the enemy's over here and you're doing that, you're just exposing your back to them, which isn't smart. But in the case that your team kind of holds this side of the map and the enemy's over there, and you happen to be bottom mid, now you don't want to be top mid and then dip down to bottom mid just to go for OFSREagle. It's a waste of time. But if you're here, you know, this is why this jump is so valuable to me, is because I can get away with that very quickly. Probably a very big one I use a lot is this right here. You see some people do like a stabilize to it. You don't have to. I actually prefer not to, because this specific area all in here, it has a lot of traffic in it and a lot of camping, because you get a lot of people with snipe who do this, duck back down, they wait, peek out, snipe, they kind of wait in here. It's like their waiting area. So if I thrust right here, they're gonna hear that. I'm gonna show up on radar and they're gonna hear that. I don't want that to happen. So I recommend I think this has been in Nova's video, but it's right here. It's a clamber spot. You can thrust, or not thrust, you can stabilize, or what I do is you just jump, hold crouch, and then spam jump or clamber again. I do a cutback. Done right, you won't have to clamber again. You want to be a little bit more level with it, and it helps you clamber a lot more. If you kind of look a little bit too much, it's a hit or miss, but being a little bit more level with it when you do it, trying to be more on a level playing field when you clamber, really helps a lot. So, with that, why I like this jump so much is because you can very quickly be in engagement from up here, and you can actually duck down, right? And they're going to immediately try to finish you out here. Already, you might have already done a complete circle around them, and it works really well. You might even be in engagement over here, drop down, they're going to chase you, and now you could probably even get the back smack. This is also very quick for you to go from underbridge to cafe. I mean, it's within 2 seconds you're here. I mean, it's that quick. It's that useful. I use this a lot. You don't want to hit that, yeah, just like that. You don't want to hit the clamber. You don't want to have to clamber this thing right here. You want to be able to clamber this, and then it's just trying to embarrass me is all. And then you kind of jump and then crouch and you're up here, right, without a clamber. And this may give you a big edge. Let's say you know that there's enemies in here, or even teammates enemies. There's some firefights going on in here, and you know you can kind of flank them from that area. Within 2 seconds you're up there, right? I don't know why it likes to be so difficult. There we go. And you're here. So again, avoid that thrust, because again, you show up on radar, it's audible. The game likes to play pranks on me. Anyway, and you're here. Now, the next jump that I use a lot is right here. You saw me use it before. This one. This action from here to there is very it's almost a necessity on this map to go from here to there, and this is what a lot of people do. They do the stabilize. The drawback with that is you show up on radar, and it's audible. It's very loud. So you can spring jump it, whether using the glitch. Let's see if I can do it without the glitch. Yeah, okay, I still got it. Or you do what Diversity showed me a while ago. Is if you notice when you walk up here on this little ledge, you kind of I'm literally, watch this. I hop up a bit. This little railing here, for some reason, pops up your Spartan just a tiny few inches. If you then, at the peak of that little hop, if you press jump, hold crouch, and press clamber again in quick succession, you can clamber this. It is, to me, the most efficient way and most subtle way to get through this window. It's very quick. You're not stabilizing. You're not taking the time for a spring jump like that. This is, to me, just as quick as a stabilize. I mean, and you're right there. It's also a lot more quiet. I've been able to, in games, there's been a sniper right here, right? Trying to pick people off. I may not get to him from, I may not do this because he might be able to see me, but if I'm right here, he's too busy. Back smack. I mean, it's a very easy thing. So that I use a ton. I probably have a bad habit of overusing it, but it's just that valuable to me. Now, another one that I use a lot, and this is very difficult. It's this jump right here. It uses a spring jump. You can use the glitch. It's a lot easier with the glitch, but basically you have to jump and be crouched in between these two awnings here. In fact, let me get something other than my Magnum. That way I can actually show you guys without having nothing to shoot with. There we go. Okay. So this is very valuable to me because this is very unknown. You have people who, as soon as you go, especially for strongholds, as soon as you see someone drop to bottom mid like this, on this side, you think they're kind of, they're there. They have to be there. There's no way they can really escape without going there or this way. Especially in engagements over here. Let's say we're trying to battle for the sniper. I have to back down, right? They might chase me, and I'll show you the jump right now. And I messed it up. Of course I did. 3, 4, 3. Yeah. Right there. I use this a lot, and it's a lot in game. And a lot of people don't think it's even possible to do this in game because of just how impractical it is. It is very practical because no one expects this route ever. Someone could be chasing me from garbage truck this way, right? And you have to practice it to make sure you don't mess it up. But immediately, you have a ground pound. You have whatever you want on them. It is, you have no idea how many times it has saved my life. Where, you know, let's say they're dropping down from the cinema loft right there. Again, you have to make sure you've practiced it and get it down perfect before you start playing out in game, or else you're just kind of doing this and you're dead. And you don't want to be too reliant even on this move. It's once you kind of pull it off, it's very easy to like want to do it over and over and over, and then too much of a good thing can be bad, and that's the case with that. But I use it a lot because, especially let's say in the strongholds, you're here and you just cleared out this stronghold, and then overshield's about to be up. But once you're here, you're at overshield. I mean, literally, it can go from you clear it out, you kill that guy, overshield's about to be up. You start off crouched, press hold jump. So this is how it works for me. Like I said, these are my paddles. I start out crouched. I don't let go of crouch. I press hold jump while walking into this awning, and I can then do the spring jump glitch. So to me, that looks like what? Mess it up, but let's see if I can do it this way. Okay, there we go. There's only about 2 more that I use.
I love pajama pants.
That's my roommate, by the way. That's Arky. Arky, tell us. Is probably this one. It's very similar to the cafe window, but you can either spring jump it, which I do a lot, or, I mean, it really depends. I do both equally the same. You can either do a spring jump like this, or just like cafe window, there's that railing here that you kind of walk, kind of bump up on, and you do the exact same thing where you kind of ride it up, press hold jump, press hold crouch, and then spam clamber, and you clamber this. I will do that if I'm in a situation where I can't set up my spring jump. You know, if it's just me over here and I know I'm not under pressure, I'll do the spring jump glitch. It's fine. But let's say I'm in a firefight. It's much faster than me having to do this and make sure I'm at enough distance away to, you know, clamber that. But how this works is I kind of aim for this guy right here. You kind of, you know, put yourself right up, press hold jump, you're holding crouch, clamber, and you're aiming for that corner of the awning. And it should work just fine. If you do it too far away, it won't work. But notice I'm doing this motion of kind of turning my reticle over to look at it. Like that. I'm not just kind of staying looking at the wall. I actually do this, right? And then it works. And then after that, the thing I use the most is this right here, which I'm sure almost everyone knows. If not, it's okay, but this right here. This is a stabilized jump. A lot of times I'll spring jump it, depending. You know, let's say I'm in a battle, I drop down. That's the case where the spring jump, you can actually set it up as you fall, right? So if I'm falling, as I was falling, I pressed and held crouch and jump. And I was already, watch this. Shoot, oh, I'm falling. I can either clamber or I'm already right back up. It's that easy. Sometimes if you're coming all the way from over here, you can actually do a nice sprint and thrust all the way up there. Either way, but these are my go-to skill jumps for this map. You have to remember the whole mentality behind a skill jump is to allow you access to a position or a movement that is normally not accessible, or it is done in such a way that is not easily predicted, thus giving you a surprise advantage on the enemy. Even though there are a ton more skill jumps in here, I don't end up using them a lot. But just so you guys are aware, because I had people ask me, what do you do the most? This is what I do the most on this map. I will 9 times out of 10 I'll just do this just out of habit, and just that's what I like to do. So I think that's about it for Plaza. Let me know if you guys have any different go-to skill jumps, or if you need any help working on any specific movements that you're not quite mastered yet. Let me know and I'll be more than happy to help. So with that, thank you for tuning in. Also, little side note, I'm very happy to say that I'm recording this with my brand new gaming PC. Probably should have started the video with that, but I have a brand new PC. I basically have a full setup now. Before I was using some different stuff. I was using a laptop that was a little bit older. I literally just got this PC. As you can see, this video is now 1080p, 60 frames per second. I'm excited. So now all my streams and videos will be at this quality. I'm so excited. So with that, thank you guys for tuning in. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget about the 4-bit Halo Fight Clubs. I'll leave a link for the Discord down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.